All right, so I haven't done a video in a few months or whatever. What have I been up to? Well, I quit pulling campers. I think the last one we did was end of December. I got a job offer that I just straight up couldn't pass up. So took the job. Quit pulling campers. Didn't really. It was good timing because at the end of the year it starts to slow down. You get less loads, and the loads that are there are going out west. We ended up getting stuck on 80 in Wyoming. They shut down the freeway. I don't know what the hell that's all about. It wasn't even bad. That's the bad part about it. The roads were fine. It was just cold. I guess there was a wreck or whatever, so they shut it down for 12 hours. Well, we're not going to sit in these truck stops and take up spots for truckers, so we kind of wedged into a couple parking lots, and it really felt uncomfortable. And we knew we were going to end up staying here overnight because we're running out of time. So we just said screw it. We stayed in a hotel, and that's fine. It's not a big deal. But in the winter it gets like that. So we kind of decided, made the call that I got this job offer. I took it, and it's too good to pass up. So I guess the good thing is now I have unemployment. So this coronavirus crap, I'm stuck at home for a couple weeks and I'm getting paid. So, the guys that are pulling campers, they still got to pull. And unfortunately, some of the dealerships are closed. So they're not able to deliver. They're not able, they got to call before they leave. And it just ends up being a hassle. So that's really it. I mean, I have no complaints. It was a good gig while it lasted. I think if I was to do it again, I don't know that I'll ever do it again. Honestly, it was a lot of fun, and it was a really good time. But it kind of got, the more I learned about how the business works and how the transport companies treat their drivers, nothing bad. However, they got you by the short and curlies. You have no power. Whereas a real subcontractor, so say you're a construction, you're in construction or whatever. Well, you're the guy that does the electrical for houses. Well, if the builder screws you, you just don't do the electrical, and he's gonna, you put a lien on the house, and he can't do anything. He can't transfer the house over to the new owner until he pays you. Well, it doesn't work that way in RV transport. You're a contractor, and you could say, I'm not pulling this load, but they still have that your $1,000 security deposit that they can screw you with. So it never became an issue, but it almost did. And story time. So I'm going down, taking a load to North Carolina, and I'm in Virginia, and I pull into a weigh station. They pull me in the back, and they give me a level 1 inspection. Pass the level 1 inspection, no problem. Well, in the comments, the officer writes that I don't have the reflective tape along the back of my truck because I've got a flatbed on there. And it was just a comment. Hey man, you should probably look into doing this. And I'm like, no, I got a 3/4 ton truck. It's a normal flatbed. I'm not a semi. There's nowhere to put it. I have the lights that are on there are DOT reflective lights, so I'm perfectly in the right. Well, Horizon, any warning, any kind of negative anything on the ticket, even though I had a clean level 1, they docked me $100. So I had to battle them. And they already have the $100. It's out of that $1,000 or $1,500 or whatever that their damage deposit. So I have no recourse. So I had to jump through a bunch of freaking hoops, and I'm screaming at the freaking dude because he thought I was driving a freaking semi. He wanted me to put it around the back windows, the reflective tape. I'm like, dude, no. I pulled up the whatever the CFR ticket number, something or another. Not CFR. That's a different set of laws. But I pulled it up the code, and there's no provision for a pickup truck to have these things on it. So it just ended up being a big freaking fiasco. And then on top of that, they took away safety miles, so I couldn't self-dispatch. It just ended up being a big freaking problem, and I finally got it fixed. And it kind of got me thinking, like, this is not really a good thing for me. It's not a bad gig, but I got that job offer at the perfect time. We were slow, and I'm dealing with this crap from Horizon, and it's just it was perfect time for me to bail. So, all in all, I would say if you're going to do it, go and do it. Go work for Synergy, Horizon, Indian Transport, whoever, it doesn't matter. Go work for one of these companies, see how you like it, and then get your own numbers and do it yourself. Don't work for one of these companies. But other than that, it was a really good experience. I put 200 and something thousand miles on the truck, and no problems. I had to replace a headlight. The Rams, whatever year range mine is, 2017, so whatever range that is, the headlight, the turn signal, both turn signals, the one on the front and the one on the side, are all integrated into one thing, and you have to replace the entire thing, and that was ridiculously expensive. It was easy to change. It was no big deal. It took 10 minutes, but other than that, I haven't had any problems with the truck. The hitch, where the hitch pin goes through, it's starting to wallow, and I would worry over 1,000,000 miles that thing would get just unusable. I was kind of surprised with that. Other than that, 3 sets of tires, I think, 4 sets, 3 sets. Let's see, the original ones lasted till 60,000, and then the other ones till 140, I think. 140 on the second set, and then I'm just over 200,000. It's almost time for a new set. So yeah, that's 3 sets of tires, and then the stock ones, the ones that came from the factory, are garbage. So if you bought a used truck and started with some good tires, you'd be all right. A whole crap ton of oil changes, a whole crap ton of fuel filters. Other than that, still original batteries, still original alternator, still. I'm starting to get some wheel bearing whine in the front right. That would be another, 10,000 miles, I'd change it. But other than that, no issues, still original brakes. Over 200,000 miles, still original brakes, and they got plenty of life left. All the miles are freeway. You're not really touching the brakes that often. And I'm using the exhaust brake every chance I can, so that's that. But yeah, no complaints on the truck. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably sell it. It's silly to drive that thing to work. I got a 30-minute commute. It's like 13 miles or something like that. So it's silly to drive a truck like that. So that you guys that have been watching me for a while, that I got that slide-in truck camper. That thing, it sat in my yard, closed. Nobody freaking touched it for about a year and a half, I think. We're getting ready the summer's coming. We're going to go do some camping and stuff. And we're like, let's, check out the camper. So we go in there and pop the top up, and the entire inside is rotted. The wood is completely gone. It's just, that thing is a piece of crap, and I will never, ever buy another Forest River product, or just really any camper. They are all garbage, but that thing was closed for over a year. We actually took it in because it got wet and had some warranty work done, and we haven't touched it since. So it's been sitting in the yard for, it's not covered, but it's just, what do you want me to do? It's huge. I can't put it in the garage. So that thing ended up, it's a loss. You can't fix it. I go underneath the part that goes over the cab of the truck, and it's all soft, and it's junk. So that thing's, don't buy one of those. Other than that, that's it, man. I got nothing. If you got any more questions about the RV industry, I'll do what I can. I will say that if you stay under 26,000 pounds, you don't have to run the ELD. So you're on regular logs. You can really finagle those log books to say what you want them to, and while you're going, it's a little bit more difficult. But if you need another 20 minutes or another half hour, the way the clock works on that thing is it breaks it up at every 15 minutes. So if you happen to be passing a rest stop and it's 2:12, pull in there, hit off duty, wait 3 minutes until it's 2:15, hit on duty again, and it just gave you 15 minutes of off duty time. So you can drive another 15 minutes, and you only stop for 3. So there's some things like that you can do, and then the number one thing, the biggest thing, is when you're on your way back. Everybody's gonna frickin' run this dog and pony. You got to have your placards on. You're still on duty. Bullshit. Fuck you. Bitch, I was just visiting my fucking buddy's cousin's fucking veterinarian sister's pet fucking donkey in Nebraska. Kiss my ass. That's what I was doing. Take your damn placards off, run off duty, run wide fucking open until you get back to the yard, find somewhere nice to fucking park, and fix your books. You know, yeah, I drove 500 miles that day, 400 miles that day, 600 miles this day, and now I'm back in the yard. You know, and you've been sitting there for 2 days because you fucking just drove. You know, now if you got a truck that is obviously a freaking, you know, camper hauler, you know, you got a one of those the Zoom room things or whatever. Yeah, you can't fake it. But if you just look like a pickup truck, get a freaking tonneau cover, one of them soft tonneau covers, roll it up over top of your fifth wheel and your fuel tank, and you look like every other truck on the road. You know, if you got one of those stupid you know, full length mud flaps, all right, maybe. If you could take it off and throw it in the bed of the truck, do that. You know, if you could just look like any other truck, do it. Don't give the DOT any more fucking crap. Other than that, I got nothing. It was a good gig while it lasted. I don't begrudge any of the companies. You know, Horizon's out there to make money, and you know they just Horizon and CWRV are kind of interlinked, and now CWRV's out of business, but they were kind of interlinked, and they both had $25 million lawsuits in less than 6 months apart. So I get it. They want to screw you out every nickel they can, but it is what it is. I don't. They're running a business, and I was working for them. You know, it's on me. I signed a contract. I read the contract, and I was like, okay, this is what it is. I'm signing it. But other than that, yeah, I would. If you're thinking about doing it, freaking do it, and work on getting your own numbers as soon as you can. Other than that, I got nothing. I'm gonna probably kind of keep the channel going for a little while. I'm debating whether I want to kind of turn it into like a garage workshop type. You know, when I'm out here fixing something or making something or whatever, just kind of videotape it and do that. I don't know. I might just start something completely different. You know, I got 500, 600 something subscribers from guys watching me do RV transport. I don't know if they want to watch me, you know, fix a car or, you know, make a shelf or whatever. Yeah, I was in here yesterday doing something. I don't remember what. Oh, I put a shelf on the bottom of my welding table there for the boxes. I got a hub tamer. It's for doing wheel bearings on cars. I got one of those, and I had nowhere to put the box. And then I got a DeWalt, one of the mini bandsaws. I got that under there. I had nowhere to put it, so that's what I did. That was my project yesterday. But yeah, this being off for a couple weeks for this coronavirus thing, man, I'm bored as hell. I got nothing to do. But so I've been kind of putzing around the garage a little bit, and that's about it.